Right guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. In this one I'm just going to be showing you how to swap out the Freehub body if you want to exchange it. Say you're running a Shimano and you want to run an XDR Freehub body on your Prime wheels. So let's go ahead, let's run through the steps. So here we have the Prime wheel. Now I say, it doesn't matter which one you've got. It could be carbon wheels, disc brake, rim brake. It could be aluminium rim brake or disc brake wheels or gravel wheels. As long as you see a flat on there and on the other side on the end cap that accepts open-ended spanner, so that's 17mm open-ended spanner on both sides. So what you want to do is hold that on there, and same for the other side. And then if you anti-clockwise to undo it, so hold one side like this side, undo this side, so that's anti-clockwise, just crack that undone. And then if you hold on the drive side, then you can undo this side anti-clockwise. This is the end cap, this will come off, so you just thread that off like that. So there you have the end cap with the flats on it, one either side on the end. So if you've got those flats that accept an open-ended spanner, then your wheels will be like this to remove the Freehub. So if you remove that, then the Freehub come off with the axle attached to it like that. So you slide it off and the whole axle come through the centre like that. So once you remove that from there, the axle on it, then you can just push it out of the middle of the Freehub. So you've just got the axle left. So if you want to swap it for, say if you're running Shimano like this and you want to exchange it to run SRAM XDR for instance, then you just get the appropriate XDR Freehub body like that with the spacer, the collar in the middle there that you need for the axle. Now before you go ahead and put this on to the axle, what we'll do is we'll go ahead, I'll just grease this up, show you what to put on there, where to grease it first. So the first thing you want to do is in your wheel where the pulls engage on the teeth in there, just make sure that's cleaned out of any old grease and that before you go ahead and fit your new Freehub. And also clean off your axle, and then what you want to do is apply some grease onto the axle there, just stop the Freehub getting stuck on there. Just put a liberal amount on there, and just a little bit on the threads as well on the end where the cap will go on to. And then with your Freehub itself, you see it's got a spacer, the collar in the middle there, so just take that out, and that spacer, the collar, is for the XDR for instance, and it doesn't fit the other ones, they're different. So the Shimano, that's the XDR one, and then the Shimano one, which obviously you can see the Shimano Freehub body, the Prime one, they're different. So short one goes with the XDR, so they're not interchangeable, so you need the spacer, the correct one. So what you want to do is pull the spacer out of there, and then just put some grease around where it's going to go, and just down inside the Freehub body itself, put some grease around in there, and then you can put the spacer on in there. Just put a little bit of grease around inside the spacer as well, like that, and then make sure that the pulls on the back there, the 4 pulls, have got grease over them. So you grease them, little paintbrush, just put some grease in there on each one. Just go ahead, you don't need a massive amount on there, as long as they got some grease over them. So you put some over there like that, and then if you've cleaned out your hub like I said, what you can do then is just slide on your Freehub body on your axle, just push that over like that, push it in all the way, and then get your wheel again. Before you slide the axle through, just put some grease in the middle of the hub, just a light smear over there on the inside, both sides. Obviously if it's dirty in there, make sure you've cleaned it out before you do that. And then get your axle with your Freehub body on it. So if you just replaced it, if you want to run SRAM, then you need the XDR for 12 speed. Just a case of sliding that through like that. Now, to engage the pulls on it, sometimes you can just push in like I just did then and turn backwards anti-clockwise at the same time as you're pushing. If you can't get it to do that, all you need is a little screwdriver, and each individual pull just push down with a little screwdriver as you're pushing the Freehub body on. Just do one at a time, just keep pushing it gently, and then it'll pop in. So when you've done that, make sure your axle's through. And if you find that, it's just a little tip, if you find that obviously I haven't even got the nut on the other side, the end cap, it's not done up, if you find that that's tight, you think, well, that's hardly turning, feels really tight to turn. What that is, if you just pull that off like we just demonstrated then, it's really, that was ever so tight. You're thinking, well, that can't be right. Pull your axle out with your Freehub body, and if you see on the back there, there's a rubber dirt shield there. Now, I don't recommend doing this if you ride in the wet and conditions. If you're riding in the dry summer bike, etc., if you just remove that off of there, we'll put that back on. Now it spins really free like that. So that's what it is. It's that rubber seal there. Obviously you can't see that it's missing from there because it's up inside the end and the hub there. So you can remove it, or you just leave it on there, whichever, but it spins really free with it off. So what you want to do, move around to the other side with your end cap, make sure you've got a bit of grease on the threads as well, just to help it. Just tighten that all the way up by hand, screw it in, land till it stops, and just get your two 17mm spanners again, and just hold on to both the flats, and then nip up the end cap, just nip that down. Don't have to go mad with it or anything, it's not going to go anywhere, it's going to be attached in between your frame, so it's not going to come undone. No need to over tighten it. And there you are, that's the exchange for a XDR from a Shimano. So I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more cycle related content. Till next one, ride safe and I'll see you then.